the 6th, 2021. And we welcome you to Jake's Bounty. Hey, I'm in the garage. Let's get it going. Thank you very much for tuning in to Jake's Bounty. I'm your host, Jake Hernandez. It is a Thursday, a throwback Thursday, so we're going to take a little jaunt down memory lane. That's right. Tell you a little story about what happened. Well, it's been a long time, but it's still fresh in my mind. I want to go and thank the music today that was provided by Hot Licks. That's right, Hot Licks once again from their album, Matinee. And this is the song entitled Blue Ribbon Girl. That's right, Blue Ribbon Girl. About taking a pig to the fair and winning first place. The pig happens to be his wife. All right? Well, we also want to go ahead and thank the other sponsors. We've got nice plain t-shirts from Joseph S. Stein. That's right, just plain t-shirts, $1.99. So go ahead and get them at Joseph S. Stein, the website right now. Type in the words t-shirt, all right? Also, we have Pink Panther series right here, all 5 of them. Well, 4. Here we go. Here's the 5th one. And we got 5 of them for $4, 2-week rental. And you can just get one of them if you want for a 7-day rental for $1. All right? Well, let's go ahead right now and get to the news. Before I do my bounty, I want to get to the news. There was some breaking news this morning. A middle school shooting happened in Rigby, Idaho. This happened at the Rigby Middle School. 2 were injured. 2 students were injured. 1 injured teacher, 1 custodian, and 1 more person was injured. The suspect has been caught, and most likely everyone will recover from their injuries. No ID or age has been given to the suspect, and no motive as of yet, but when we do have more information, we will give it to you. All right, this next story happened. Fort Jackson trainee hijacks a school bus this morning. He was armed, and he ran off the base with a rifle, and he wanted to get another ride. He just ended up having to get a ride from a school bus with 18 students, and he wanted to stop off the next town. He even actually drove the bus for a little bit, but couldn't do so very well, and ended up getting caught in under an hour by the police officers. They had gotten onto him pretty quickly, and no incidents had happened. So he is looking at a couple of charges of kidnapping along with some other charges, and we'll bring you more up to date on that news. Okay. Republican candidate John Cox, the other day he visited Sacramento, and he brought a bear with him. Wow, already has my vote. He came down to Fresno at a farm over on Blythe and Herndon in that area, and he was also making a great speech, as well as let's see, well, he didn't have a bear, but he wasn't doing those stupid hand gestures like Devin Newsom, or what is his name? Yeah, Newsom, who, you know, Gavin Newsom, whatever his name is. I just don't like him. All right, and Regal Cinemas opened May 14th, almost a year and a half after remodeling. 22 theaters, some new concessions with a new bar, and you can now seat 50% in each of those theaters. So that's pretty good. You can have 200 people or 50% in each of those little theaters. So that's not bad. Fresno PD searching for a 32-year-old missing man from Friant area, but he went missing in the Pinedale and Moreau Avenue. Bad neighborhood, real bad neighborhood. Hope he gets found. Here we go with what it looks like. 5'9", medium build. Let's see, he might have a diminished mental capacity, a neurological condition, which, you know, I have myself. So it's very easy to just wander off and not know the hell you're going or what you're doing, okay? He walks with a limp, which means he also has a risk of falling. He's wearing blue jeans, t-shirt, and no shoes. So that should actually help out. And I was going to make a joke about how he couldn't go into any businesses because he has no shoes. But we're going to go and leave it at that. And if you have any information, let the PD know. And more restaurants are seeking help. More restaurants are opening up, as well as more of the capacity is opening up. We're in the orange tier now, I guess, so we can have like 50% at a restaurant. I'm not actually sure. If you happen to know the comments, put them in the comments below. But now we are running into a problem where there are not enough people on the staff to, go and serve these people. So right now they're asking if anybody is in the serving industry or wants to have a job, period, please go apply for these places. These ones especially, Sal's, Cattleman's, Vino Spirited Grills, and Sal's is actually offering some of their employees some incentives to go find some applicants, as well as Cattleman's is also offering $200 to new hires. So, that's great news. If you guys are interested in those kind of positions, or if you're interested in just getting a job, go ahead and look up those websites. Cattleman's, really easy to type in. Sal's as well. And Vino Grilled Spirits is very easy to find. You can just leave them a resume, or you can go down in person, which always used to help out back in the day, but I don't know if it does. I think you still have to have that outgoing personality, and it wouldn't hurt to go down there and ask to speak to the manager and then present your resume like that, because then you'd think, okay, he's gonna keep it. It's not just on a computer, and Jake, you can shut the fuck up. But hey, that's the news for today. Let's go ahead right now and see if I bounce. All right. Okay, so here we go, and we're gonna turn it around, and this is what I found. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. There's a Monster right there, energy drink, Red Bull, watermelon, Diet Coke. Found a few of these today. Budweiser, King of Beers, and tall one. There we go, Modelo, one tall one. And what's this? Mountain Dew, Major Melon Sugar. Zero sugar. All right, so that's probably the one I would have to take more like drink, right? Because I'm not allowed to have sugar. Well, not allowed to have a lot of sugar. There we go. I can have some sugar. All right. Well, I didn't find anything on my excursion, unfortunately, but I did want to go ahead and give some time for a story that happened in, let's see, 23 years ago or more. But before we do that, I'm gonna put some suspense. Before we do that, Comedy Classics right here. So let's go to Comedy Classics, see if here we go. Okay. Which of the following, nope, I already asked that question. Here we go. Which actor starred as a titular character in Ferris Bueller's Day Off? All right, if you've seen this movie, you know the answer is Matthew Broderick. If you haven't, well, you have a homework assignment. In what 2017 comedy does Elizabeth Olsen play an LA Instagram socialite? And the answer is Ingrid Goes West. I haven't seen that movie. Elizabeth Olsen is the Mary-Kate Olsen's sister, the younger sister. Seen her in a couple movies. She's a good actress. All right. And finally, what is the name of the cup that Lightning McQueen races for in the movie Cars? You guys should know this if you've seen the movie Cars, or if you have a very good memory, which I don't, so I don't remember it, but it is the Piston Cup. All right. And you know why I don't have a good memory? It's because I started smoking pot. That's right. I started smoking pot when I was in 7th grade. It was the summer. I was going into 8th grade. And I remember these two guys from high school. They're my brother's friends, Chuck and Angel. And we were in the vineyard with my two other friends, and we were just hanging out. And we had seen them, and they were smoking the cigarette, or what we thought was a cigarette. And they were smoking like this. And so I was like, okay, I want to, hit this. I want to be cool. I want to be like everybody else. But my friends weren't hitting it, but I was like, okay, I'll be, you know, cooler than them and I'll hit it. And when I hit it, I took a big hit, went, and the Angel and Chuck were like, no, what are you doing? I was like, what? I'm just hitting it, you know, and I ended up getting somewhat high. My friends were like, what's it feel like? I was like, well, what do you mean? I just had a cigarette. They're all, no, it didn't. That was a joint, you idiot. That was marijuana. I was like, oh, crap. My parents are going to know. They're going to find out. They're going to smell it on me. Luckily, that didn't happen. But the story I'm going to tell you about today did happen. It happened 23 years ago. On the last day of school of my sophomore year, I was caught with a buddy of mine and a girl that I knew in high school. And we were caught for smoking pot. She didn't actually smoke any pot. That's the truth. Myself and my other friend did. And we did it on school time. It wasn't on school property, good thing, but it was on school time, and it was like maybe like I think like lunchtime. We had like another test, and then that was the end of school. And so we ended up, you know, smoking out of a bowl, and we, you know, have a few laughs, and we're smoking, and then we hear some like radio chatter, and like we're like, what the fuck? Instantly, my friend knows what to do. He starts running. I do the same thing. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I just follow suit. And the girl does as well. And we're thinking, okay, we can go to our friend's house, get there real quick. And that didn't happen. We were caught by the cops. They had got us, you know, just across the street from where we were at. We could have made it to the, you know, our friend's house had we just like, you know, ran a little faster, had a little bit of better luck. I don't think it would have mattered, because even if we got to somebody's house, they still would have pounded on the door like, hey, we saw you. But ended up having to go to the office and talk with the principal, and my mom got called during her work day. And what they said was, oh, your son was caught smoking. My mom was just thinking, oh, smoking cigarettes. She thought I was going to be in big enough trouble, you know, just for smoking cigarettes. She was going to give me an ass whooping. But when she heard it was smoking pot, she was more upset. And she was like, what, pot? I don't picture you smoking pot. And then she heard the whole story. And my dad had to hear the whole story later on. And everybody was just surprised by the whole thing. Just like, no, I can't believe you were smoking pot. You know, you get good grades. You know, you're in sports, you're in karate, you're in this, you're in that. Well, I couldn't have been, you know, smoking pot. I mean, I was into everything else, right? But I did have to stop smoking pot, obviously, because the school was drug testing me for the next year, and they were also going to keep me on what was probation, so I couldn't join any sports, I couldn't join any extra curricular activities or any reindeer games. No, any stuff like that. So my junior year was very boring, but since I did this agreement with them, I didn't have to go to a continuation school. So that was a lot better. My parents didn't want me to do a continuation, neither did I, even though there's a possibility I could, you know, graduate earlier from a continuation school. But then I did get back on the horse. My senior year, I started smoking pot all over again. But, you know, I learned my lesson, and I didn't smoke pot, you know, around the school or at lunch. I did it way after I was already out of school, or way before I was going to school. I learned my lesson. And that was the story about how I got caught smoking pot on the last day of school. All right, well, that's going to do it for us today. We're running out of time. Tomorrow's show, it's going to be Funky Fridays. It's going to have us a little bit of funk and a little bit of a also soundtrack from back in the 70s. So you'll see some good movies, see some good funk, actually hear some good funk. And my news, my bounty, which I showed you. I didn't think I showed you. See, my memories, damn you, weed. Anyway, you guys go ahead and have a good day, and you guys be good to yourselves, and be good to each other. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Jake Alex Bounty has been filmed at Fornicate Yourself Records Production 2021. You can follow him on his Facebook, his website, his channel. Leave a like, ring that bell, and please subscribe.